Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchise Pearson, and welcome to my channel, Franchise Blue. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday. The day the Lord has made. Let us be glad in it. November 3rd of 2024, 8:22 in the a.m. You see that there, emergency. People, last night, some things hit me. Something that I have been seeing, and possibly something that you have been seeing and or have dismissed, yet you psychologically crawl back into that state and you wonder just what is going on with the leadership of America. We saw back in the day where Mitch McConnell froze twice. We saw Mitch McConnell freeze twice. But arguably, we've seen our presidents and former presidents and those who are running for president, we've seen them in a state where mentally you're questioning just what is it that we're looking at. Is there something that has crept into our political realm? Now, let me say this before I go into the video. I don't regret my vote for Donald J. Trump. But what I'm going to show you going forward, I don't think you can deny that something's happened. You see, years ago, before I did the YouTube, I was just doing posts on Instagram and mainly Facebook. And Facebook would begin to take down my stuff, and I would get a little irritated about it, but I kept on it, and I decided through a friend to pursue the YouTube. But during that time, I post articles on Donald J. Trump. I spoke about how he was uniquely qualified to run for president. You guys have heard that before. What I said, because he rode with the best, he rode with all the power people in New York and around the world, real estate mogul, had his own television show, international beauty pageant, all the Hollywood people, and he knew the bankers, the politicians. He gave money to politicians. He knows a lot of people. He's uniquely qualified because he knows the beast system. That was my point, that if it was the good Lord's purpose to rise him up, even though he was an imperfect man, but to utilize him so we can move forward and try to put the country back on track. I had a perspective back in the day with Facebook, and I still hold to that. I still hold to that now. So again, I don't regret my votes. On July 13th of this year, we had a situation. It's questionable what happened in Pennsylvania with his ear, but what I want to say to you today is I regret underestimating the enemy. You see, because no matter who goes into office, for whatever reason, people, we got to stop ignoring the signs. They're there. They're giving a nickname to Kamala as a cackling hen. And we got to question what we're seeing going on with Donald J. Trump, of which videos I will show you, and we already know that the powers pushed Biden out of his position because of his cognitive, quote unquote, decline. Let me take you down a road so that 2 days from now, if and when we get our next selection, that is elected high office public servant, you are not surprised that it was always there. It was always there.
When I first came into office, I cut taxes more than any other president. We have created 7 million new jobs, and it led to a growth like we've never seen before. We developed the greatest economy in history by far. When I left office, it changed. Inflation destroyed the lives of so many people. Interest rates went from 2% to 10%. Millions of illegal immigrants, traffickers, and drugs coming into our country. Our country has gone to hell. So I made a decision to run.
And I submit to you, when he made that decision, the powers made a decision that if he ever got into that White House, they would give him a hell on earth. And if he decided to run again, this time, when he looks into the mirror, he won't even see the effects of the emergency. You see, when I see this word, I shorten it and I say emergence. We're living in the time of the Antichrist, people. He's waiting, but there has to be an emergence. If there is something emerging, that means something has to go first. Every pillar in America has to be tried and tested and broken down and crumbled. The Phoenician bird, it rises, it goes through the winter, spring, summer, and fall. Then it transforms out of the ashes and it's brand new. But first I have to get you into an emergency state, which is almost unrecognizable. And I'm going to show you what I believe, what we can no longer ignore. I'm recognizing what is happening to all three political figures. Thus, the emergency and the emergence of a one world system as we fall. With this, again, it's only a matter of time before they take it, because they got all three. Just watch.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
That's when we should have recognized that the death by 1,000 cuts, we knew it started showing more acutely with him. But we weren't paying attention here. This one was more overt. This one was more obvious, rather.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
And we saw this. And we questioned his state. We questioned his judgment. We said, wait a minute. You're campaigning, but aren't you hurting your VP? Why would you speak like that? And then this came yesterday.
And Trump and his Republican friends want to do. They want another giant tax cut for the wealthy. Now, I know some of you guys are tempted to think it's macho guy. I'll tell you what, man. When I was in Scranton, we used to have a little trouble going down the plot once in a while. For green reasons. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
Did you hear that? I want to show you something. The game that they're playing, that is the powers. The game that they're playing is this checkerboard game. They got all three of them dancing on it. Kamala, Trump, and Biden. So he said smack in the you know what. But look at what smack comes out to. Who's trying to be the 47th president? Kamala and who? Trump. And in reverse, it comes out to 88. What is Trump's text number? 88022. So when you hear what he just said, and he said smack in the you know what, I'm questioning what's going on up here. And it's somebody controlling that, which is coming out of this. Because if you all have been with me long enough, you can see that when they speak, they tell on each other. Do they not? They bring each other up. Do they not? And I'm able to put it in there in 4788. It reveals something. Why is that? I will show you at the end. So now we go to Miss Kamala Harris, and this notable comedian, the best at what she does. And we laugh at what we have been seeing.
Thank you so much for meeting me, Madam Vice President. The American people really want to know, what are you and Joe going to do different in 2024?
It is time to do what we've been doing. And that time is every day.
Would you be able to specify, can you expand on that a little bit? Is there a plan? We want to actually know what is it you are going to do.
It's quite simple. By unburdening what has been. And we have to do what we can at this point. Because of all the burdens that have yet to be burdened by what we've seen and what we haven't seen yet. And me and Joe are up for the job of the unburdening.
And so, even her state has to be called an emergency. Just follow me on this. It's deep.
All right, 3 week.
I'm between free.
All right, next, we have this here. Barack Obama. I presented this video a few days ago. Someone fainted at a rally. In conjunction with what I'm trying to tell you, between Biden, Kamala, and Trump, something's wrong mentally here. And gradually they're showing us. But also at the rallies, I believe they're showing us also they have been speaking without speaking. And
you won't believe how old she is.
I did this video in relation to what I saw in the past with Obama, where someone fainted in the past, but someone fainted recently when he was at a rally as well. So watch this. And your health are wonderful as well. Today I stumbled upon this video where Barack Obama was speaking. You see, he was at a rally in North Carolina when somebody fainted. So I listened to it and I'm like, a 1 minute video from Forbes about somebody who fainted didn't make sense to me. It made no sense. So I played it again. That's when it hit me. Pearson, someone fainted. Someone literally went into a different state. You know, how the blood level goes, and then I went jogging and came. And I want you to listen to this, and I want you to think about, and I never want you to underestimate a 1 minute video, or that is from a big broadcast. Someone fainted. It's important to take care of them. I would say no.
A Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Hypergear.
Who fainted back there? All right, if we get an EMT, everybody, you got to bend your knees a little bit if you're standing too long. Yo, we got somebody who fainted back there. All right, if we get an EMT, everybody.
Now I'm going to show you a few videos in sequence. We have 3 people either who have been in office or trying to get in office as a presidency. To me, with mental questions. And we have these people fainting at rallies. I believe it's all being drawn up and they're trying to tell us something. Just continue to watch. You'll see my point. You'll see my point. Here's a situation with Trump. And what happens is that there's a medical incident there as well.
YMCA, go ahead, let's go, nice and loud. Here we go.
Trump, the Republican candidate for president,
played DJ.
Turn that music up.
Firing up his campaign playlist at a town hall in Philadelphia, a must-win battleground state. Trump had been taking questions from a friendly crowd about the economy and immigration when he decided to end it after two people in the audience fainted.
A doctor, please.
Because of the heat.
Who the hell?
Do you understand what I'm seeing? Barack Obama, somebody fainted. At this situation, somebody fainted. Why is all this going on? Let's go here. This happened 2 weeks ago. He talked about Arnold Palmer. What I want you to understand is that gradually, there is an emergence and a change of Trump. You might not like this, but I just want to show you because I'm leading to something. Why did he start acting like this? He's been a little bit unhinged every now and then, but it's gradual and it's subtle, and you don't detect it because it is an emergence. Okay, watch. Get past the music. I have to do that.
Palmer, this is the home of my friend Arnold Palmer. And he loved Latrobe. You know, he turned out to be one of the greatest golfers in the world. But Arnold Palmer was all man. And I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this is a guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there.
And this is what he started talking about. People laughed and giggled. So that's vintage Trump. I'm like, no, something's happening, Pearson. Then this came out. I showed you guys this twice already. But it's about Trump, but yet think Biden. What happened where they can then now make an ad about Donald Trump, like in a Sing Sing state. Sing Sing. I'll bring it on in a second.
A lot of attention. Let's take a look.
We were so worried.
They're eating the dogs.
He wasn't making any sense.
The people come in. They're eating the cats.
And he just kept getting worse.
They did dumps. That's what they call them, dumps. Big, massive dumps.
Gross.
In Michigan and Pennsylvania. All over.
We had to do something.
They will take the life of the child in the 9th month. Even after birth, they'll execute the baby.
You sound crazy right now. Then a friend told us there was somewhere he could get the help he so desperately needed, called A Place for Trump.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Now he has round-the-clock support and can enjoy the things he loves, like eating cheeseburgers and rage posting at 3 a.m.
I know windmills very much, and they're driving the whales, I think, a little batty.
Sure. So this November, let's vote to put him in A Place for Trump, because we all know he belongs in a home, just not this one.
What I'm telling you is that they're planting seeds. They're telling us what's coming, people. They are telling us you might not want to face it. I feel it in my soul. Last night, it hit me because of something I saw, and I'm going to show you in a minute. It's a gradualistic process. Watch this here.
Hello? Hello? I don't think so. Hello? Is that better? Is that better? That's terrible. Is that...
Did you see that face? Did you hear that voice? Did that not remind you of when he lashed out with that grunt in his throat? Did it not? Did it not?
Is that better? Is that better? That's terrible. Is that better back there?
You can't tell me that's not the same character. You can't tell me it's not the same character. There's no way.
Just kept getting worse.
They did dumps. That's what they call them, dumps. Big, massive dumps.
Gross.
In Michigan and Pennsylvania, all over.
We had to do something.
They will take the life of the child in the 9th month. Even after birth, they'll execute the baby.
Did you hear that tone and that grunt? Now listen here. Just listen.
That's terrible. Is that better back there? Is that yes or no? What crap. The only thing I asked for is a mic. You don't have to give me, I don't even need a stage. I don't give a damn. Give me a good mic. And I went through 2 of these today. And it knocks the hell out of your throat. But so far, hello? Is that better? Is that better?
Are you seeing it now? Don't get mad at me. Because now, watch this. Before I show you that, look at what's around him, allegedly. The black and white plays both sides. But what does this remind you of? What does this remind you of? Like the Baphomet. Does it not? If they've gotten to him, they're allegedly speaking and letting you know, allegedly. It's so deep, y'all, and it's subtle. It's deep and it's subtle. It's so deep and subtle, if you're not paying attention, you will miss it. And it's okay, because I had to face it. There was a lady around Trump that when I saw her wristbands and I saw her dress. And I knew at that point what I was looking at, allegedly. Because the Phoenician colors, they were speaking. So let me bring that to you. I want you to see this. You see this lady here? That's a purple dress. Believe it or not, her hand is over a purple or close to it wristband. So you got purple and like the Tiffany blue. You follow me? But also one of her wristbands is purple. I'm asking, is this coincidence that the Phoenician colors are on her? And then you have the black and white. And similar to as he's going into a state, you have this around him. And that reminds you of, yes, the Baphomet. Now here's my finale.
Take my job very serious.
I want you to see this. Watch this.
Did
you see it? I'm gonna play it, and I'm not gonna have any sound. In fact, I'm going to lower the speed. Watch. Let's do this here. Let me get this right. It hurts, people. But I got to bring it to you. Watch. People, emergency. There is an emergency in our face. I'm not going to debate it. I don't care what nobody said. When I did the Facebook, one of the things I said was that God's going to be able to utilize him, but it's going to be a season, and then he will change. And I was thinking more of that there would be a change, that he would do it more himself and just go exactly to the dark side. I believe now that it's let's just say somebody got a hold of somebody, okay? Now look at this. 7/27/2024 verses 11:2. 7/27, what happened that day? Well, let's put this in perspective. This is when Joe had his debate with Trump. I showed you that video at the beginning. This is when we started seeing the decline of Biden at the debate with Trump, 7/27. You subtract that date from yesterday's date when Trump did that, what he just did with the microphone. The difference is 99 days. The 99th day of the year is April 9th, the 4-9. What is the 4-9? Symbolic. 49th Vice President is Kamala Harris. I believe the reason why the numbers are coming out because everybody's controlled by the same system. Believe it or not. Unhinged. Makes somebody what? All three of them, in my humble opinion, all three of them. Barack Obama, people believe he's the Antichrist. All right? Just think about what I'm saying. Subtracted from yesterday's date when he did that, what I just showed you the microphone. The difference is 91 days. The 91st day of the year is this. We have been fooled on all three fronts, Kamala, Trump, and Biden. It appears somebody has gotten a hold of that mental state. Just my humble opinion. And here's April 1st, 2024, subtracted from yesterday, 11/2. The difference is 216, 216 days. Who was born on the 216th day of August, which is August 4th? Barack Obama. You want to see it again? You can't believe your eyes? Look. Don't tell me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. I always wondered when this video was made back in the day, the Snoop Dogg video with the clown Trump that they take out. I always wondered with this clown, how are they gonna get him? Would he be in a plane with a parachute and he didn't make it? Would he be unalived by someone, like I've been saying, like an immigrant? Either way, I'm gonna show you something. He can't see himself. He's looking in a mirror, so to speak. But it's him. And we got to start opening up our eyes and realize exactly what we're looking at, because he can't see it. he can't see himself. But we better see it. So if he gets up in there, or whomever gets up in there, we got to realize who we fighting. The Bible says we don't fight against flesh and blood. It's principalities. And I'm going to say it and try to make it very clear. All three of these people, allegedly, somebody done got to them. Somebody has gotten to them. This is making no sense, but yet it's making a lot of sense. My name is Friendship Pearson. Don't leave what I'm showing you. Don't leave me. Just understand what you're looking at, people. Even though he's always been unhinged a little bit, why in the world would he do this with 2 days to go? It makes no sense. This makes no sense. And you know it. You know it.